everybody. It's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Married to the government. Little update. Just driving to pick up some relatives from Kingstree, South Carolina. Visiting from New York. My grandmother turned 80 this week, so happy birthday, Granny. I'm gonna do a surprise party for her. And I figured, while I'm on the road, I bring the GoPro along just to do a video. And I thought I want to do a video on kind of follow up to the last video I did on male feminists, which I discussed the rationality behind any man becoming a feminist, because in the long run, I can't even see anything in the short run, but definitely in the long run, there's nothing in it for men. Women have always, for the most part, had in-group preference, and it's very counterproductive for men to participate in a movement that's actually detrimental to their well-being. Men as a whole in this country, and certain aspects of the world around. Now, I watched a video by Stefan Molyneux. If you're not familiar with his channel, he has a lot of good videos, a lot of good arguments, and he made a point that actually links up to a conversation I had with Doug Bass. I think maybe 2 years ago. We were talking about black women in this instance, but I think it can be said for all women, for the most part, especially feminists, that they are in fact married to the government. The reason I can say that is because the women that were marching, they were marching not just because Donald Trump became president, but they were marching against something that they had wanted for so long, which was a female president, because they believe a female president would finally level the playing field for them, finally make things easy for them, finally make things more sound, more just, more appropriate for women in this country, which it wouldn't have done. I don't think Hillary really I don't think she really cares all that much about other people aside from herself. A few people, a few cronies on her side. But what the march did also has revealed is that many women in this country have been married to the government for a good long time. If you think about the laws that have been passed concerning marriage, concerning law entering in the realm of the family, they have worked in a way that have actually hobbled men and try to push fathers out of the lives of the children and wives of these families, essentially making broken homes. And when you have that vacuum, something's got to fill that vacuum, and that vacuum always has been, just about, depending on the disposition of the women, has always been the state. So a lot of the women who are marching out there, they're marching in support of their husband, which is the state. And it seems as though masculinity in itself, which a lot of it can be seen in Donald Trump, stands in contrary to their plan of keeping this whole wagon going. If that makes any sense. I'm trying to focus on the road here while I do this video. They want a lot. They say they want equality, but it's not true. They want superiority over men, and they want the state to do it on their behalf, because they're unable to do it themselves for different reasons. One being they're lazy. You have women who, the state, for one thing, the state doesn't really care about women's work ethic. If you think about it, because it does everything it can to make things easy for them. It doesn't really present women with any challenge to put them on the same competition level with men. You know, whether it be standards being changed in areas that are primarily dominated by men to try to bring in more women, or whether in the courts where you have women that receive different sentencing, or they'll just get probation, or they get leniency compared to the same crimes that men commit. So there's no real challenge to put them on par with men, because the government doesn't really want women, being on par with men. Because in a sense, masculinity is contrary to tyranny, which is what's been going on for so long in this country. To go along with the lazy aspect, a lot of women who do these kind of things, they don't want any competition. They don't want to compete with other women. They want to get a man who can provide them with resources to take care of them and a potential family. So if they're lazy, and more so they're going to be less appealing. They're just flat out ugly, potentially out of shape, or just I can just say fat. And their behavior is one that's just very ugly. But government really doesn't care about that. The government doesn't care about how fat, how ugly, how lazy, how disrespectful women are, because they're gonna continue to put up with their nonsense in order to get votes, in order to get more, in order to come up with a reason for more spending, in order to increase its own power. I think which is ironic, because government is comprised primarily of men. At least in the enforcement aspect of it. That being said, a lot of these women who are upset about, a lot of the changes that are going on. Traffic's a little messed up right now. It's Friday. It's a little bit after. Right in the middle of the intersection. It's right. It's like 5:55 right now. Where was I? Oh, with all those points I just made, many women who think like that. Now, again, I'm not going to say all women, because there are many women who have their act together. Many women who understand what it takes to actually raise a family, what it takes to keep a man. Proper roles in the traditional sense, they understand that. They're not willing to mess with that. But a lot of women who do want things to be easier for themselves at the expense of men's lives, at the expense of children's lives, or the children of the future, because all this debt's going to get passed on to them. Their allegiance is with government. Because I guess, like a good man, in their eyes, he won't judge them on previous actions. He won't judge them on it won't judge them on their looks. It won't judge them on their work ethic. It'll always take care of them. It won't ever tell them that they're messing up. It'll always prove them to be right. In a sense, I guess the appeal that women have to the state is kind of the same appeal that women have to a weak man, because he won't check her when she's being dysfunctional. And he'll do very reckless things to appease her, keep her happy, because that's the only way that he's gonna get some power out of it, or get some action out of it. So yeah, feminists don't want to be equal with men. They want to subjugate men. They want to ridicule women who think differently than them. They don't like children. They find familyhood to be a detriment to their plans. They hate nature, because there's a natural order to things. And all this goes in. All this, you know, goes in together with the realization that they love the state. They want to be married to the state. You know, and that's just how it is. Another way I found out that I'm not a feminist, how I can never be a feminist, because I don't trust the state. I look at the state the same way George Washington said the state was like fire, and it has its uses, but it needs to be controlled. Otherwise, it consumes all until it consumes until there's nothing left. That's me paraphrasing. But tell me what you think. Do you feel the same way about feminists? Do you think the women holding these march during that march can be compared to the examples that I've shared? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Hopefully you can hear me over the sound of the engine. A little bit of work to it just a while ago. Leave a comment in the comment section. You grab some complaints, you know what you can do. You know, share this video with others. And I hope you look forward to new videos. That's my video. Married to the government. I'm Edward Jones. Thanks for watching.